My name's Brooke and I'm 34 now. But this story started when I was 23, fresh out of college, broke and living in my car for 3 weeks until my aunt and uncle offered me their spare room. They were always that family, loud Sunday dinners, inside jokes, framed photos on every wall. My own parents weren't around much, and growing up Aunt Val's house felt like the closest thing to home. So when she said, "You stay as long as you need, sweetheart," I believed her. Fast forward 3 years. I had a solid job in tech, finally making real money. They hit a rough patch. Uncle Dave got laid off, then their daughter Madison dropped out of college with a pile of student loans. I stepped up. At first it was small stuff. Groceries, gas, car insurance. Then it turned into mortgage payments, just for a month or two, that lasted for years. I wasn't mad about it. They were family. And family takes care of each other. Right? Around year 5 something shifted. I had moved into my own apartment, but I was still paying off their utilities and covering Madison's credit card debt. Every month I'd get a text from Aunt Val like, "Can you spot us just till Friday?" Then came the dinner. It was Madison's engagement party. Big deal. I showed up with a $500 espresso machine as a gift, sat at the end of the table and noticed nobody really talked to me. Not even Madison. When I got up to help clear plates, I overheard her say to a cousin, "Brooke's not even really family. She just clings to us, 'cause she's got no one else." It hit me like a punch. The room spun. I stood there holding a stack of dishes, completely frozen. And then Aunt Val, who had to have heard that, just chuckled and said, "Well, bless her heart." That night I drove home and cried harder than I had in a decade. Not because of what was said, but because I realized they never saw me as part of them. I was a charity case. A walking ATM with no boundaries. I didn't confront them. I just stopped paying. 2 weeks later the calls started. Then voicemails. Then Facebook messages from random cousins saying, "You're being dramatic, and Val says you promised to help." Nope. I was done. Madison even showed up at my office once, full meltdown, saying her credit was wrecked and her wedding venue canceled because you bailed on us. I told her flat out, "I paid your bills for almost a decade. That's not bailing, that's recovering." A few months later Aunt Val passed suddenly, heart attack. Despite everything I went to help clean the house. Madison avoided me, but Uncle Dave asked me to sort some old boxes in the basement. That's when I found it. A folder labeled Brooke, legal stuff. Inside were receipts of every payment I'd made for them. Printed emails thanking me. But there was also a letter, in Aunt Val's handwriting she never sent. It said, "I don't say it enough, but Brooke saved us. She deserved more love than we gave her. If you're reading this, make it right." I sat on the cold concrete floor for an hour just holding that letter. I never told Madison about it. I didn't need to. I had my peace. Now I donate every month, but to a foster youth fund. Because family isn't about blood or who you grew up with. It's about who sees you and stands beside you when the bills come due.